You've got to change the way you think about your retirement plan. Man, yes, I'm sweaty. I just got off the treadmill. I got to go back for another 2 miles. But I was doing my treadmill, listening to some The Sword, the Lament of the Aurochs. Such a great song. Maybe if you're lucky, I'll sing you some lyrics. And it just hit me. I said, man, we're doing it all wrong, man. So let me show you what I'm talking about. I'm not even going to bust out the PVC pipe of knowledge because I want to get this done so I can get back on the treadmill. All right, so check this out. Let's say you got an 80% probability of success, all right? Just freaking look at this thing. Dude, oh my goodness, I'm such a mess. How did my wife marry me? Maybe I don't have a wife. Have you ever actually seen her? Huh? Have you? How do you know I didn't rent those kids to be my pictures or whatever? All right, so we got an 80% probability of success, all right? That means we have a 20% probability of failure. All right, so what does failure mean when we're doing our retirement plans? That means we ran out of money? No, because we still have Social Security. It means we ran out of investments. Your liquidity, your liquid cash, your liquid portfolio. So if I was a gambling man, would this be a good take? Yes, it would be. I'd say, yeah, 20% of the time I ran out of liquid assets, but I still have money. In fact, Andrew Biggs, my man Andrew Biggs from AEI, he says the average couple, retired couple, gets about $46,000 a year from Social Security, 46K Social Security. So let's just say you ran out of investments, you still have, the average couple still has 46,000 K investment of Social Security. So you haven't run out of money, you just ran out of investments. All right, part two of this, that's only 20% of the time. So what exactly does that mean, you ran out of investment assets? That means your portfolio fell to zero. At some point before you died. At some point before you died, your portfolio fell to zero. When exactly? Well, 86, 87, and we have you dying at 90? All right, so 86, 87, you ran out of investments, but you're only going to live another 3 years, and you're still going to have 46,000 between you and your spouse, and if you're single, we'll just say half that, 23,000. Yeah, it's not great, but so that's 20% of the time you ran out of investment assets, you still have Social Security, and by the time you ran out of investment assets, you're in your late 80s anyway. That's without ever making any changes. If my portfolio is going like this, well, I'll probably need to adjust so to make it last, so I can spend less money. I said, man, my portfolio is going to bust, like Biden's brain is going bust. I better do something to make it last. This is without you changing anything. This is why you just stay in the course. Yeah, we got the Titanic. We got the iceberg up there. You know what I'm saying? We know the Federal Reserve and all the big boys want to take out the Astors of the world who didn't like the Federal Reserve Board. So, but we're going to go straight for that iceberg right there. We're not going to change course or anything. Yeah, I mean, it's stupid, man. It's stupid. All right, so even the worst case scenario here, 20% of the time you ran out of money, investments, when you're in your late 86, 87, 88 years old, and you still have some sort of Social Security. But it's even worse than that, dude. What's the likelihood of you being a 60-year-old man are going to live until you're 90 anyway, for 30 years? What's the likelihood? Well, we'll just say 25% of the time you'll live that long anyway. There's a little bit more for women, a little bit less for men, because men do the dirty jobs, and as such, we get sick and we get physically hurt and stuff like that. And we need pay discrepancy. Men do. We need more pay discrepancy. So 25% of the time you're going to live even until you're 90 years old, which is what your plan is based on. Come on, man. So what we do is we take 0.25 times 0.2. All right, and I don't have my trusty calculator, so I'm going to have to do it on my phone. 0.25, I think that's going to be, actually I don't know until I do it on my calculator, to figure out what our probability of success for running out of money and living until 90. Running out of investments, so you got to be careful. I know I'm screwing it myself. Running out of investments and living till 90. So we go 0.25 times 0.2. That's a 5% probability that we're going to run out of money and run out of investments at the same time. Because the likely, we're going to live till 90, live till 90 and run out of investments at the same time. Because we have a 25% chance if we're 60 years old of living till we're 90. All right? That's just look at the numbers, man. It might be a little bit higher than that. I don't think it's much. But we'll just say 25 for simplicity. We have a 25% chance of living till 90, which is what this whole Monte Carlo is based on. And we only have a 20% chance of running out of money even with that, living till 90 anyway. So we take 0.2 times 0.25, that's 5% right there. Because that's 1/5 of 25%. I should have been able to do that in my head, but it didn't occur to me until right now. Because 20% times 0.25 is 1/5, which is 1/5, or 1/5, and 1/5 is 5% in this regard, because you're 5 of 25s. So in this case, you have a 5% probability of running out of money, of investable assets, and living until you're 90. So now instead of this right here, 80-20, and again, that's assumed you don't make any adjustments. It's actually 95 to 5. You're going to tell me that's not worth it? What? It's just stupid. 95 to 5, because you're not likely to live to 90, and you're not likely to run out of money, because before you had a 20% probability that you would anyway. It's a probability of failure, not probability of success, the way you should be looking at it. What's our probability of failure? Anyway, I hope this helps. Love to hear your thoughts. Let me hit the thing so I can get my big old belly down a little bit. Ooh, I will read you some lyrics. You ready? You ready? You guys are going to like this. This is from, oops, I got to go back. Hold on just a second. We pause it. And none may see again the shimmering of Avalon, or know the fates of all the races man has cursed. Long gone are the ages of the alchemist. Now there are none who know the secrets of the earth. Oh, freaking fantastic. Hearken to the howl of the huntsman's hounds, or the clarion of kingdoms doomed and drowned. Lost to these lands is lore of the high ones. Sunless skies await the return of the archons. Oh, man. Lament the passing of the auroch and the slaying of the ancient worm. Would you dare meet the gaze of the basilisk, or face the flames as the phoenix burns? Oh, man. That's freaking, that right there, the sword. Lament of the aurochs. Dude. You don't like them. You aren't American. That's all there's to it. God bless. We'll see you. Love to hear your thoughts.